Hey guys, welcome to another edition of The Watch Collector. My name's Ollie. Today we're looking at a brand new brand called Gaga Laboratorio. It's literally in the process of being launched. This is the first time I'm getting my hands on these pieces. Their launch, one called the Bauhaus and one called the Cinquanta. Now, when I first saw the press releases about these pieces, and I'm going to start with the Bauhaus, I immediately loved the case, immediately loved the lugs, the way that they're so pronounced, the double stepping from in to out, the fact you've got a 12 o'clock crown. I love that look. The symmetry is just absolutely right up my alley. So it's a 42mm case, 13.3mm in depth, stainless steel, and what you've got is, at the top, I unclick the crown and I'll wind it through. So at the top you've got digital hours, and on the Bauhaus version, which is the one I've got in my hands, you've got a red arrow marker that denotes the minutes as we move it through clockwise. Super legible. Now, the great thing is this houses Labormatic movement G100, and so you effectively have hacking seconds. And how can you tell? Because if the crown were back in, this central disc would be spinning. So I'm going to click it back in now. And hopefully it's coming out on camera. The central disc has started to spin. Now, this is, as I said, the Bauhaus version, a little bit more restrained, a little bit more austere. The brand wants to determine it as a little bit more Germanic, hence why it's called the Bauhaus. If I flip it over, as I mentioned, you have a Labormatic movement, G100. Now, because the way they've done the rotor, you can't see a huge amount of it, but that gives you an idea of the provenance and where they've really decided to implement their development. That's the Bauhaus. The Bauhaus I like a lot. The Cinquanta I'm in love with. This color is so classy and elegant. As soon as I threw this on the wrist, and I'm going to obviously in a very short time, I genuinely fell in love with it. So not only obviously is the color different, but also in this presentation, you still of course have the digital hour. Again, if I pull out the crown, so the digital hour at 12 o'clock. But here, instead of simply just having a red arrow to demarcate the minutes, you've got a box that gives us even more legibility actually. It really stands out, and I love the interplay of the green with the silvery sort of inner middle dial, should we call it, and then the central seconds in what I'd probably describe as, I don't know, almost like an off-white, off-milk color, but that makes it sound terrible. It isn't. It works, and wow, super elegant. On the side of the case, you've got a nice stepped look. So this beautiful double-domed anti-reflective sapphire crystal. You've got slightly different finishes on the profile of the case. Ultimately, it gives it a bit more thought, a bit more depth to what you're looking at. And again, honestly, those lugs. Have you ever seen lugs anywhere on any watch, especially at this price point, which we're going to come to on any other piece? I haven't. The strap is super high quality Saffiano leather. It feels really beautiful. You're definitely not being shortchanged in relation to those. Has a pin buckle. Now is the time to drop in the price point. 3,900 Swiss francs plus taxes. Now, for a watch that looks, into my mind, this good, and with digital hours and the way that they've incorporated the spinning seconds disc and the legibility of the minutes, I mean, what a deal. I'm genuinely blown away by it. Let's throw it on the wrist and see how it wears. I told you I was in love. I'm still in love. I think I might be deeper in love than I was originally, especially with this color. It's the combination of that kind of minty green, I suppose you describe it as, with the really classy green slash grey leather. It's almost like an elephant's trunk, maybe. Again, I'm not doing a very good job of describing it. That is what it appears to me, and it makes it sound not as elegant as it is. But wow, look at that. Another reason I think why I loved it so much is the inspiration comes from the kind of era that I remember watching up when Bond first started. So that super cool sexiness of the late 50s and 60s. And it's as if the case was designed around Blofeld's lair in a Sean Connery Bond. Just so individual, unmistakable. You know, if you're going to create a piece that has got individuality and at this particular price point, I don't think you can get much better. So guys, what do you think? Cinquanta or the Bauhaus? But that is Gaga Laboratorio, literally launching right now. The limited edition is super excited. They have exclusivity in the UK. And you know, as I said, at this price point, can't go wrong. Guys, that's enough from me. I hope you've enjoyed it. What a couple of pair to launch your brand new brand with. Enough from me. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much for joining.